Во присрет на локалните избори, мисијата на ОПСЕ ОДИХР веќе пристигна во Скопје. Во земјава се 20 долгорочни наблюдувачи, 16 експерти во тимот, а се очекува непосредно пред изборниот ден да се приклучат уште 300 краткорочни наблюдувачи. Затоа, денеска во денешното интервју на Радио Слободна Европа разговараме со шефот на мисијата на ОПСЕ ОДИХР, амбасадорката Одри Гловер. Амбасадорке Гловер, избирачкиот список беше една од темите која што предизвика многу внимание и во јавноста. Имаше многу дебати околу прочистувањето на избирачкиот список и многумина се уште сметаат дека тој е прочистен за незначителен број гласачи. Дали според вас избирачкиот список е доволно прочистен?
Well, I think just before I answer that, I should explain that we do, as you rightly say, have 20 long-term observers who have been briefed yesterday and are being deployed into the regions. But we in the core team, we are 16 people, and we will stay in the capital. And then, as you suggested, there will be more short-term observers coming just before election day. But to turn to your question, of course, the voter list is very important because we are here to observe what happens, and our concern is for the voter. It's the elections are for the voter, not for us. And so we are observers, and we observe what's happening. The voter list, as I say, is important because we do believe in equal and universal suffrage, and this is something which we're watching very carefully. And the voter lists haven't been finalised yet in any event. But as I say, we are watching this because we have made recommendations about voter list in the past, and so we are watching very carefully what is happening in relation to that.
Создадени ли се сите предуслови за да имаме регуларни избори на 15 октомври?
Well, there is a comprehensive legal framework, but of course it's up to the people who are participating in the election and the authorities and the municipal and the central elections, the State Election Commission, as to how this framework is implemented. And this is what we will be watching. The ODIHR has made recommendations in the past relating to the whole electoral procedure, which is what we cover. And we, of course, now will be looking to see to what extent those recommendations are being implemented in line with the OSCE Copenhagen commitments. And this is what we will be looking at.
Одржувате секојдневни средби со политичките партии во земјава. Кои се пораките кои што им ги пренесувате и колку тие се расположени да ги слушнат насоките кои што вие им ги давате во функција на одржување на фери, слободни, демократски избори?
Well, of course we have meetings with all the political parties, but at this point in time, as I mentioned before, we are observing. And we don't interfere in elections in any way. We observe what's happening, and we're not election police as such. So we are on the side of just watching and reporting what is happening. And we can't interfere and give advice to any political parties or any organizations or authorities at all at this point in time.
Сепак, кој би бил вашиот коментар во однос на демократскиот капацитет на политичките партии со оглед на тоа што вашата мисија е присутна овде за секој изборен циклус?
As you say, we have been here quite a few times. This is the 16th election observation at the invitation of your Ministry of Foreign Affairs. As I have said already, the electoral framework is there, and what we're interested to see is how political parties will implement it. You can't in some ways compare one election with another. Each election is unique in its own way, and we will be seeing to what extent previous recommendations have been implemented and looking at the whole of the electoral cycle. I mean, from the voter registration, candidate registration, right through election day, and then after election day, and we finish when all the complaints and appeals have been dealt with. So you can't say at this stage, what or how any political party is going to act or react.
Мисијата на ОДИХР исто така ги мониторира и медиумите. Во претходните извештаи имаше доста забелешки во однос на тоа дека има пристрасно покривање на кампањата од страна на одредени медиуми. Дали веќе започнавте со процесот на мониторинг на медиумите и може ли да очекуваме овој пат балансирана покриеност на кампањата?
The media monitoring unit has started, and our 7 assistants to our media analyst helping with the coverage, quantitative and qualitative, of the newspapers, radio, television. And they have started their work. There have been recommendations made in the past in relation to the election, and there have been some changes in the law since the previous election. So we'll be watching that very carefully, and you will have a comprehensive report by the end of the whole electoral period.
Според некои од домашните невладини организации, предизборната кампања е веќе започната. Каква кампања очекувате вие, амбасадорке Гловер?
I think the election campaign officially starts on the 25th of September. But we were waiting to see what will happen. It's early days yet. And as I say, our LTOs, our long-term observers, have been deployed to the countryside. And so they will be following this very, very closely. And I'm sure it will be an interesting campaign.
Стравувате ли од инциденти на денот на изборите?
No, we very much hope that there won't be any incidents on election day.
Ова ве прашувам затоа што на денот на изборите неколку општини најавуваат референдум во однос на прашањето за мигрантите. Дали тоа на некој начин го зголемува ризикот од можни тензии и дали вашата мисија ќе го мониторира и тој процес на гласањето на референдумите?
Well, we've been invited here to observe the local elections, so we will not be observing as such the referendum. But of course, we don't know yet definitely whether or not there are going to be any referenda taking place. But we certainly, as I say, will not be observing them, only to the extent to which they may have an effect on the local elections. But as I say, we don't know yet what's going to happen, so we can't really prejudge in relation to referenda. But we won't systematically be observing them in the same way as we will be observing on election day. That's for sure. It's not our mandate and we won't be doing it.
Но дали тоа го зголемува ризикот од можни тензии на тој ден?
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, I don't want to prejudge anything. We don't know yet, as I say, whether or not they're even going to take place. So I think it's better not to try and guess what's going to happen.
Вршењето притисок врз администрацијата за да гласа за владеачките политички партии беше една од најчестите забелешки во неколкуте изборни процеси во Македонија. Како, дали постои механизам за овој феномен и за оваа појава да се сузбие?
Well, recommendations have been made in the past in relation to this. And we will be looking to see how these are going to be implemented. It's a question at times of political will to implement legislation, and there have been changes made, so let's see what happens.
Одвојувањето на државата од партијата е исто така едно од главните забелешки во извештаите на ОДИХР од претходните изборни циклуси. Како да се разграничи едното од другото со оглед на тоа што е многу тенка линијата помеѓу двете?
It is a very thin line, you're quite right, between state and parties, but again, we have made some recommendations and also I think some new legislation has been introduced, and we'll just have to see how this is carried out into effect.
Амбасадорке Гловер, ви благодарам за интервјуто.
Thank you very much.
Вам, почитувани, ви благодарам за вниманието со кое не следевте. Довидување за една седмица.